Legend of Total War here with part 2 of my Medieval 2 Total War Kigndoms Bretonia campaign as Wales. Now, just a word of warning to anyone looking to, watch the campaign stuff. Maybe skip ahead 5 or 10 minutes because I'm going to have a bit of a chat. Because I've got a few things to say in regard to episode 1 and just in things in general. So if you want to skip that, if you find that boring, just 5 or 10 minutes ahead and we'll just play from there. But anyway, I just want to address a few issues with... Well, not really issues, just address a few things in regard to episode 1. So, first thing I want to address in regard to was, obviously, I'm taking the piss out of the Welsh here, and I have released episode 1, and I've given it overnight to get some feedback, because I wanted to get some feedback on this one before continuing this series. And I was pretty pleased to see that, the majority of the Welsh viewer base that I have were completely cool with this. They recognised just taking the piss out of their language. And another thing, in regard to why I take the piss out of people so often in regard to culture, because I have been called racist many times, and I don't identify with myself as a racist. I definitely identify myself as a cultural, as being offensive, culturally offensive, and I've actually... Something happened recently which has actually brought a bit of light into why I say the things that I do, and I think it's important that I actually let you guys know, because... Obviously, I get into a bit of shit sometimes because of the shit I say, but now I finally have a reason why I say the shit that I do. I've made fun of just about every single culture that I possibly can, and I will continue to make fun of other people's cultures because I'm so comfortable with it. But the other day I was spending time with... We went down to like a games night with some friends I've known for years since university, with me and my wife. And during the night, I think there was two instances of me, we're all just telling jokes or whatever, and I've known these people for years, and they've been able to take any sort of offensive joke. And I dropped some of the most outrageous racist shit that I've ever said, and the room went silent. And it's like the first time this has actually happened with this group of people. And I was like, oh, I've actually, for the first time, pushed this boundary way too far. And late afterwards, my wife was saying, like, where does this shit come from? Like, it's like, it just keeps getting more and more outrageous every single time we go out. You just keep saying more of the same, like, it's getting to the point, like, it's just ridiculously how racist this stuff is. And I know you're joking, but not everyone is realizing that it is a joke anymore. And I came to realize, where does this shit come from? And I realized it's because I don't actually have any cultural identity myself. And it's weird recognizing this. And to realize it, I had to realize, right back from my upbringing. Because I was raised Catholic, and my family did not really fit into the traditional sort of Australian culture. Like, we never really focused much on sports. We didn't go to the beach that much, because those were two big Australian identities. And as I grew up, I have been continuously rejecting a lot of the culture that I was brought up with, and to the point where I've reached now, where I've realized I've actually rejected everything that makes me Australian. To the point where the only thing that makes me Australian is the fact that I'm an Australian citizen. That's it. Like, my ancestry is Maltese on my mother's side, and Dutch, English, French, just a bit of everything on my dad's side. And so I didn't really identify with any of it, to the point where I've rejected all of it. And so I'm like I'm a completely blank sheet of paper when it comes to culture. I don't celebrate Christmas. I don't celebrate Easter. I don't watch sports. I didn't watch the Olympics because I don't care. I threw away my vote at the last election because I don't care. Just the people who represent us, I just think are the biggest scumbags in the world, apart from, of course, the American politicians, which I think are far worse. So I threw it away. I drew a dick on my ballot paper because I just wanted to give them a fuck you, let them know that no one deserved my vote this year, this time around. There's like no Australian stereotypes that I feel identify with it, which is, I don't mind stereotypes. I enjoy them. The same with Maltese stereotypes. Like, I'm a wog, but I can only really identify with that on a genetic basis. Like, I don't like soccer, or I don't fucking like the food that much. I don't identify with being Maltese, I don't identify with being Australian, don't identify with being European. I am a completely blank slate. So, because I'm a blank slate, it allows me so easy to look at someone who's got a high cultural identity or maybe high cultural sensitivity and just rip them to shreds because I'm completely, there's nothing that they can say back to me that they can hit me with. Because if I'm having an argument with a Mexican and I go, you beaner, you're all the gold you lost in the sea, you're a third world country, all the offensive shit that I could possibly say, and then they turn around and go, oh, you Australian, you kangaroo fucking no cultured whatever, brainless idiot, and I'll just go, yeah, doesn't affect me at all. So I guess that's where it comes from. The other thing I want to bring up is in regard to the campaign suggestions that I've been getting. I've gone on about this many times before. I feel like I need to go on about it again because it keeps happening. Obviously, I reckon this keeps happening from new subscribers, which I understand, but I need to keep addressing this. I have a policy in regard to campaign suggestions from subscribers, which is I don't do them. You could come up with the best idea in the world and put it to me in the comments. I won't do it. I am extremely hostile towards campaign suggestions now. Excuse me. And I'll take a moment to explain why that is, because it's very easy for me to just go, fuck you, don't give me any campaign suggestions, go rot in a hole and die, you piece of shit. Or I could actually take some time to explain why I don't do it, and maybe you'll understand and then appreciate it, or not, whichever. All I can do is, be as transparent to you as possible, and then how you decide to react from there is entirely up to you. And then I can be hostile towards you afterwards with no loss of conscience on my side, because a lot of people, one person put a campaign suggestion, and I get this type of campaign suggestion a lot. It's an I dare you type of campaign suggestion, and I fucking hate them the most. And I was just totally hostile. It's one way to fucking trigger me. But anyway, again, if we're going to talk about why I don't do campaign suggestions, we have to go back to the beginning of the channel and realize the evolution of how we've gotten to this stage. Now, when I first started the channel, the first thing I did was a campaign challenge. I was issued a challenge a long time ago, before I started the channel. I reckon you should do a video of you conquering the Medieval 2 Total War Grand Campaign as fast as possible, and I took it on. And I've actually done this 3 times. The first time I did it was actually 29 turns, which wasn't the world record. I did it in 29 turns. I posted it. I just posted images of it online at that point, and someone said, "Oh, look, the world record was 21 turns." And so I looked into that, and I said, "Oh, okay. I don't have the world record. I'm not actually the best in the world. Well, why don't I just try it again and see if I can beat it?" So my goal for the actual video was to beat it in under 21 turns, and I did it in 14 turns. So I absolutely smashed the world record, and which I held on to for 2 years. Then, after I did that, I started getting other challenges from people, and because I had so few subscribers, when one person was issuing me a challenge, I had more than enough time to do it, to spend a full amount of time on it. There was no other issues, because I didn't have any contacts in the YouTube community, I didn't have any contacts in Creative Assembly, I had barely any subscribers, and I had fuck all going on in my life, so I had plenty of time to do it. Now, obviously, fast forward 4 years later, that is not the case. I have contacts in Creative Assembly. I have sponsors constantly sending me messages and me having to, of course, tell them to fuck off. I have, potential sponsors, because I think the only thing I've ever taken up on was Kigndoms, and that's because I thought it was a good deal, which I think it was. I think you guys managed to get a few free games out of that. Anyway, I have messages from other YouTubers, large and small, not constantly, but I do get messages quite a lot. I get private messages from you guys. I have a lot of responsibilities, and I've also planned ahead a lot of the things that I want to do. And so when I get people messaging me with campaign suggestions, at first it was a case of me saying, sorry, no, I don't want to do campaign suggestions. But occasionally I get these ones that, again, I dare suggestions, like I dare you to do this, or I bet you can't do that. Now, I've had these conversations so many times before, and I know the way that they evolve. There's only so many ways that I can respond to a comment like this. I can either go, yes, I'll do it, or no, I won't. Now, if I, of course, do it, I'm of course bogged down doing a shitty campaign challenge that's not going to get many views, and I've satisfied one person. They go, oh well, I guess you could have done it after all. My bad. Great, what have I achieved? I've made one person happy. Fucking hell, what a waste of time. And of course everyone's important, but I can't spend 40 hours pleasing one person. I've got to do as much as I can to please as many of the core fan bases that I've got. The other way it goes is, of course, I say no, and then it devolves into a keyboard warrior fight, and it does it every single time. So I say, no, I don't want to take on this challenge, I know I can do it, I don't have time for it. And then they go, fucking, oh, you're a coward, this just proves that you can't do it because you won't take on my challenge, blah blah blah. And then I get fucking triggered, and I get hostile, and so now whenever I see the initial thing, oh, I bet you can't do it, I skip the conversation, and I go straight to triggered. I go straight to 100% full fuck you legend, and I put this person in their place right away, which is not what I really want to do. I would much rather you guys just have a bit of consideration. Please don't dare me to do stuff, because I'm not the kind of person that goes with peer pressure. I'm not that guy. I think a lot of people have got me around the wrong way. They think that I'm the kind of guy that goes, hey legend, I bet you can't chug this whole beer. I'm not that person. I'm more likely to take the beer and smash it over your fucking head and then punch you in the ground and say, fuck you. You do it next time first. That's who I am. You can't peer pressure me into doing stuff. I resist. When someone tells me to do something, I resist. Okay? So if you want me to do something, there is another way to go about it. There is proving that it's actually worth my time. Now, I've actually gone a little bit over time in regard to starting the campaign, so I'll only go on about 2 more minutes. Cosmic Conqueror, if you guys are aware of it, he went about it the right way. He got me to do a campaign challenge, where obviously I was talking about the blitz that I did. I held on for 2 years. Cosmic Conqueror was on the verge of beating my 14-turn blitz. He was about to do it in 11 turns. And because I saw him doing it, and I recognized he is about to beat my blitz, I then took on the challenge to not only beat my original score, but to beat his. So I did it in 8 turns. He held on to his blitz record for about 7 or 11 hours before I finished mine. So I still hold the record. I took on the challenge because he didn't really challenge me, but he forced me to challenge myself because he presented the challenge correctly. If you want to get me to do a challenge, you have to sort of do something similar. Now, I'm more than happy to... I read all the comments, okay? I'm aware of when things happen. Like, if someone is doing something incredible in the TOTO community, and I'm made aware of it, I will check it out. I'm not the kind of person to shut my windows on it and pretend it doesn't exist. If anything, I'll promote it. I'll be like, look what this fucking guy has done. He's just smashed this fucking campaign. I'm gonna try and do something better. That's the kind of person I am. So if you want to challenge me, that's what you need to do. Now, of course, that I recognize it's difficult, but I think I've earned the right to say no to campaign challenges to people I don't know. No offense, because it's a one-way street being a YouTuber. Like, when I'm doing this video, I'm speaking into a fucking microphone, I'm looking at a fucking computer screen. You guys are here and you get to get an idea of what I'm like as a person. I don't get that from you. I don't know who you are. So when you fuckers come on and say, oh, legend, you can't, let's have a beer sometime, I'm just like, you're just a random off the street. I don't know you. And now I actually get an idea of like why celebrities are so hostile towards their fans sometimes, because it is a one-way street. Like, you watch someone out on a movie, and then you feel like you're a friend with that person, but this person doesn't know you. You can't just walk up to them on the street and be like, hey, can I get a photo with you? And be like, I don't know who you are. Like, I've got other shit I need to do today. You know, you're just getting in my way. Can't you just respect the fact that this is my job? I get that you guys want to, you know, be more involved, and I want to try and be involved with you, but the logistics of it is, it's fucking impossible. 46,000 fucking subscribers, I can't fucking get to know all of you. I do know some of you, to some extent, in the sort of superficial way that I am. That's as far as it'll go. So I hope that makes things a little bit more clear in regard to why I don't do campaign challenges, and also why I'm so culturally insensitive. Anyway, shall we continue playing? Right, let's go kill Oxford.
Marching to war, my lord.
I'm going to put them in here. Yeah, so I know I'm going to have to bring up that stuff again in the future. It's not a problem. I don't mind going on about it again. I know that you guys probably get bored with it. We need to make allowances for the new subscribers, and also in general, like this, I know I'm going on about it again, but this is just lighter stuff. If I'm commenting if I'm responding to comments in the comment section, I usually have two moods. It's either triggered or sarcastic. If I'm coming at you sarcastic, then you got me in a good mood. If I'm coming at you triggered, my advice to you is back the fuck off, because it's not pleasant. When I'm triggered, I don't fucking give a shit about what you think of me or anything like that. I don't give a fuck if you unsubscribe. I don't give a fuck if I bloody ruin my entire channel when I'm triggered. And I do get triggered very easily, and I don't really care the fact that I do get triggered very easily. So, again, if you enjoy my channel, if you want to have a good experience, please take these things into consideration, and just know that I'm a difficult person to deal with. Just recognize that, and try and make allowances for it. And we'll all get along so much better if you guys just realize that I'm a cunt. Like, there's nothing wrong with that. Like, I don't think there's anything wrong with being a cunt. I mean, at the end of the day, I'm playing video games. I'm not hurting anyone. I mean, if all I'm doing is hurting your precious feelings, like, this is coming from like a person who has literally rejected their own identity. So, yeah, I think you'll live. Okay, I think you'll be okay. Like, I literally have no fucking cultural identity, and I'm fine with it. I need to get closer. So obviously, destroying the gate, although it's inaccurate, the less we destroy the sections around here, the less I have to pay to repair it, because money is a bit tight. And since they're just sitting in the town square, yeah, it'll be fine. Okay, these are the Hellweir. Oh god, these fucking names, I swear. Like, it probably... Hellweir? I don't know. You wouldn't think that two languages that are essentially right next door to each other would be so fucking different. But then again, I think like English is like Latin based. Welsh is not, I don't think. And most of the languages in like of Europe are Latin based, because I don't think like I don't know this for a fact. Like, I just sort of like speculate. I don't think the Welsh had a whole lot of influence from the Romans.
Our soldiers have proved their worth today. The enemy's walls belong to us now. Our men are winning the battle. If we continue like this, we will smash the enemy.
Alright, I'm gonna bring in some archers. Come on, break the bastards. I don't want to lose my generals, my cavalry. Just stay where you are, and we'll get up on the wall here. Oh no, they're going back. Alright, I don't think these are the guys with long-range missiles. Those are the Sithweirs, or whatever the fuck they're called. Balance of power massively in our favour. How are we going to go about this? I reckon this is actually one of the easiest fucking campaigns to do in Total War history, in Medieval 2 Total War. Just based on, like, the amount of shit that they give you for free. It's, what the fuck are we doing over here? Some people have been saying, yes, you know, Wales, now you're going to actually have a challenge. It's like, really? Wales is not hard at all. Like, maybe in a hot seat, yeah, it would be hard when you go up against a human, but against the AI, like, and not to mention they just keep giving you more reinforcements, like every time you take a settlement. It's so easy. Maybe it's easy for experts, but like, if you're a noob of Total War, it's really hard. Because taking that first settlement can be hard for people.
Our men are winning the battle. If we continue like this, we will smash the enemy. Good tidings. The enemy general lies dead. We've sent the base cur to hell. Only half the enemy force remains.
Alright, so... this isn't the best of battles because they're just not really giving us an opportunity to completely smash them, like, and take 0 casualties, just because they're hanging out so close to the town square. And there's very few places that we can shoot the town square with these, because of these buildings in the way. When it shoots up at an angle like this, there's not much you can do. So we'll just go in, essentially sacrifice the infantry, but... whatever. I mean, we've got too many troops anyway.
If we remain true and steadfast, victory will be ours.
Should bring the general up, or else my guys might break. It's funny. It's actually funny. After doing the first episode, I went back to check the video to make sure it was actually on the hardest difficulty, because it's like, this is so fucking easy. Like, did I actually put this on the hardest difficulty, or did I fucking put it on medium again? It's like, no, it was on the hardest difficulty. This is just actually a really easy campaign. I remember that time ages ago when Rome 2 was the latest game out, and they're about to give us Bactria as the latest free DLC.
We've lost control of the city.
And on Rally Point they were saying, "Oh, Bactria, it's a really hard faction, it's probably the hardest faction to play as. You should give it a crack." And I was like, I played a bit of Bactria and I was like, so fucking easy. Just because you got your back to the wall, it's just such an easy campaign, and they've got such a diverse range of troops.
All of Christendom will be awed by the victory we have won here today.
Just again, Creative Assembly not really knowing their own campaigns. They've gotten better at recognizing their own campaigns over time. Or maybe they just say that just for advertising purposes. Alright, and we've got this over here. Three up against. We can't do our trick of what we did over here. Oh, hang on, before we do anything. Of course, we've got to change the Oxford. Now, people have mentioned certain grammatical things that I can do to make this more Welsh. Like, apparently there's like double D's, double H's. The double letters are apparently singular letters. So, like, let's have it put in here. Let's go. Let's have a look. Like. Okay, so we got auto clocks forward. Okay, so I don't know if that's a little bit more Welsh than the other stuff, but I guess only the Welsh can be the judge of that. Alright, let's see. Where are we going next? So, I'd like to take over mainland England before we head up north. Like, this isn't a blitz campaign, so I'm not trying to get everywhere all at once. I already took this turn, didn't I? Yes, we don't have a lot of movement left over. Maybe just leave behind that one there.
Yes.
We'll lower the taxes. No, we're going to need to leave behind more than that.
Yes.
So that'll get our public order up to 60 in 2 turns. Okay, where's our capital? Okay, let's put it here in Montgomery. Let's see if that makes a difference. A little bit different for money. Did it make any difference to this? No. Let's put it more up this way then. That made a little bit more money as well, so that's good. And it gave us a little bit of a boost to public order.
An order.
I really want to keep these units with me. Shit. When do they get recruited? Not for ages. How are we going to get through this?
Command me, sire.
Because I don't want to leave too many melee infantry behind.
My lord. Orders. My lord.
Because I just don't have that much left. These Welsh militiamen are pretty crap.
Yes, sire. An order.
We may have to stay here for the turn. Because his management will help convert it to Welsh culture as well.
Command me, sire.
So we've run sort of like end of the road over there for the time being. We can't really progress much further. What I can do though, send you over here.
The day is
so that reduces the costs.
Your orders, sire.
Diplomat, as if I'm going to need it.
Sire, orders, orders. First, I will take your lambs, then your lives.
I hate fighting large towns. Alright, let's do this.
My liege. Muster your courage, men. We march into...
Alright then. Ooh. Probably not a good idea to attack head on. It's a good way to take a lot of casualties. So we'll come around the sides. Yeah, you can stay there. Just because those towers do so much damage. And I know some people have been like, oh, the towers don't do that much damage. Yeah, they do. They do a lot of damage. Comparatively. I find that they're more deadly than minor cities. Because this is the thing, like, taking on a large city, large town, it's a very small area, so it's a lot easier to defend. Like a huge city, you've got to have a lot more troops surrounding the walls in order to cover every area. So in many ways, huge cities, I find, if they're not, they need more troops to adequately defend them.
It'll not be long before our enemy's defenses fall.
Citadels, though, castles are another story because of, if you don't have enough troops, you just abandon the first section and go to where essentially the castle is smaller.
We've captured the enemy's walls.
Or progressively do it so that you can utilize the towers, depending on the units that you've got, of course. Okay, I want you to come up on the wall here. Quickly. What are they doing? Okay, they're just going away. That's cool. Shoot them. Shoot them now. If they activate those towers, why aren't they shooting at me? Well, I don't know. Not complaining.
The enemy are badly bloodied. They have lost half their... The enemy general has no honor. He flees the field of battle and abandons his men.
I do love these crossbowmen. They're very strong units. If you can, manage to get those shots in. So anyway, yeah, in regard to the stuff I was saying in the first time, especially in regard to me having a bit of, like, no cultural identity. Now, I know that some people will be like, oh, they'll feel sorry for me or something like that. Don't ever feel sorry for me. I'm, like, so fucking happy with who I am as a person. Because, like, I'm not a racist. And I just, when you learn to accept that you're scum, it just makes you feel good inside. That's what I've done. I've learned to accept it. And I'm totally fine with it. Because we don't all have to be heroes. Someone has to be the villain. Because good can't exist without evil. Problem is when you get, like, neutral scum. They're the worst. Fucking Swiss. People who don't pick a side. Like, oh man. We explain to people, like, if you're in an argument with someone, with two opposing sides, and, like, and there's a person who will essentially take both sides, that is, like, the weakest thing you could possibly do. Like, fucking pick a side. Like, it doesn't even matter which side you pick. Like, Some people they're just so afraid of offending people that they the nice guy. And the nice guy approach is meant to be like, oh, he's good, he's nice. Oh, don't worry, he's a nice guy. No, nice guys are shit. Like they don't stand for anything. Well, nice people are shit. Like being nice tells you nothing about the person apart from nothing. Some of the greatest people in history were total fucking hardasses as well. So being nice does not translate to good.
Our men have reached the gate with the battering ram. The battering ram has done its work. Now is the time for brave hearts and brave deeds.
Man, those crossbowmen really performed well. Really well on this one.
Our men are winning the battle.
Could probably bring in the generals. They'll finish it off from here. Maybe go take or whichever.
He flees the field of battle and abandons his men.
The thing is, like with this faction here, some might argue, oh yeah, Welsh don't exactly have the strongest roster of troops. You don't need to have the strongest roster of troops all the time. It's like, there's other things that make a faction strong. Like the fact that you get a fucking infinite number of troops. You know, use your numbers to your advantage. I mean, I've said this so many times, like if you like, I haven't read The Art of War, but from the bits that I've read about, like I understand it. To know your enemy and to know yourself. If you can do this, you'll in 1,000 battles you'll never lose. A lot of people don't understand what this means. It's actually pretty simple. By knowing yourself, you have to know your own inabilities and your own strengths. And to know your enemy, you have to know their own inabilities and their own strengths. And if you recognize that, and if you know how to manipulate it so that your strengths are amplified and their weaknesses are amplified, you will never ever lose. Because you don't have to be strong in all areas if you just recognize where your weaknesses are and you minimize the effect of them. So if your troops aren't as strong, well, swarm. If you are strong, then I don't know. Then you'll win all the time. Not necessarily.
With honor, sire.
Castles. Not really fond of assaulting castles. I don't have any spies around here, do I? Where did I put that other spy?
Sire, where to, sire? Where to, sire?
This one here, where are you? Is that London? We're almost close to London. Let's have a look at our faction rating. So, as in the top 5 factions, we've barely even done anything, apparently. Our military ranking's gone up a lot. Production's gone up, no down. Territorially, it's gone up a lot. It just doesn't, like, in the first 5 turns, it just doesn't seem like it's very much. We haven't made much progress. Hold 35 regions, including... This is going to look like absolute shit when we're done. Okay, so, Winchester. Let's see. Let me see what I can do. Alright, yep. Let's put in a couple of W's in there. And how about double D's? Nothing wrong with a couple of double D's. Alright, let's see what we can do here. And that's as large as I can make it.
By your will, sire, we shall engage. Laying siege, noble sire.
This is
We shall prevail
one of those
in this siege,
settlements that we probably could do what we did back here. I wouldn't say that we really need to, though.
My lord.
Especially given how many troops we've got.
As you wish. Joining force as you command, my liege. We shall prevail in this siege, sire.
And like I've said, we've got so many troops that we probably would be better off if we actually threw some of them away.
Sire.
They must have just moved. I did that on this episode, didn't I? Okay. So I've made a lot of money this turn due to sacking some settlements. Because we sacked this settlement. I'm not going to call it by its original name anymore. And this one. But if we have a look... Oh, actually, we're going to make a slight profit because the settlements that we've taken have... Some people there was one person that was saying stuff like, Legend, you should build roads and you should build a grain market. That'll make you so much money. Like, sometimes I don't even know if people are taking the piss out of me. Like, it's so easy to verify this shit. Let me just pick a spot where it hasn't built that. Here's one. Alright. Trade income, 112. Trade income, 132. So, 20 income. 20 income from 600. That means it'll take 30 turns for me to get my money back just on building that building. I make more money from farming. At least that's bloody 60. So, they're like... it's people's advice sometimes. I gotta wonder sometimes. Are people really just... They're just taking the piss out of me? Which is fine, if you're doing that. But the thing is, it's a good way to trigger me. But, Oh, Legend, if a good way to make money, build lots of leather tanners. Really? Fuck off. You can't be serious. The thing is, when I get advice like that, it just rings like, ding ding ding, we got a noob giving me advice here because it's a really shit strategy. Like, obviously, no offense to the person that... No, you know what? Full offense to the person that said it. Because, you know what? I've said so many times, don't bother giving me advice. Like, I know this game. I know it really well. I can play a faction that I've never played before and still master it, like, instantly. Because I know how I know how things work. I know how the economy functions. That, you're better off conquering lots of settlements rather than sticking to one and just building it up. Because, look at my cash now. It's actually fixed. Like, don't get me wrong, this building isn't completely useless, but the amount of benefit you get out of it in the early campaign is not much. You can build this later on when you've got a much bigger population and you'll make more use out of it. So you're better off growing the population first, because that's how you can get more use out of the trade. Duh. Or just, go and kill your enemies. Because I've also had a lot of people say stuff like, oh, but if you just hold up in your cities, it's so easy to beat them because the AI is crap. Yes, that's true, but you don't beat them by beating back their armies. You beat them by taking their homes. Because if you think about it, the English, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 settlements that they are unable to recruit from now. That is how you weaken them. And even if it costs us more troops to do this way, which it didn't. Taking the fight to the enemy is the way to win. Like, I usually use the Second Punic War as an example. Like, the Romans started winning the Second Punic War when they started taking the fight to the enemy rather than defending their own land. They started harassing the enemy. Like, Hannibal was in Italy for like fucking 11 years or whatever it was. And he was beating them every single time, pretty much. So they learned, alright, well, while Hannibal's in Italy, we'll just go over to fucking Iberia and take all of that off them, and then we'll go to Africa and force him to come home. And it fucking worked. They took the fight to the enemy, because that's what the Romans are good at. And they won. And also, at the same time, why did Hannibal lose the war? He refused to make any consolidated attacks, but then again, he didn't have the support. If Carthage had given him the support that he needed, he would have won the war. I've built everything that I think I've needed to. I'm going at a bit of a slower pace this episode, just because I'm trying to think about more what I'm doing. It's a lot easier when you've got a small faction. It's like, well, it's a pretty linear decision which way you want to go. It's over here, over there, and over there. That's about it. But now there's a lot more options available to me. Alright, let me see. Have I built in every region? Yeah, alright, let's just move on. There's no need to recruit. Because I'll probably be given a whole bunch of new stuff anyway. Don't need it. Oh, I didn't get any new stuff. So I only get it for the first few times, I guess. Still, I was given so much that what does it matter? Alright, where are we going next? So we've got France Hall over here. He's got a larger army than us, but we've got a lot of generals. These guys are blocked off by forts. Now, of course, we could assault the fort, but it's so much easier just to bypass them. They won't leave those men in the fort forever, and if they do, it's, you know, it's not doing them any good. This is my largest army here. Any chance that we can get you to come down further south? Actually, where are my spies? Are they still hidden here? Yep.
Where to, sire? Of course, sire. Sire. I am spent, sire. I shall continue tomorrow.
Alright, let's take this one. Stop procrastinating. No.
By your will, sire, we shall engage.
I could auto-resolve this, but I'm not going to. I mean, it's a very short campaign in the first place, so let's just play this out. What am I doing? Okay, so let's think about how we're going to go about this. Archers up on the walls over here will be very useful. Okay, so we'll get the ladders. Drop them. Put the archers on those. These Seathwiz, they're the good ones. Oh, they even get sharpened stakes, so they're really fucking good. But then again, it did say that, well, the Welsh invented the longbow, which I could recognize as one of them. This is a brilliant fucking invention. So, as much as I'm trying to take the piss out of the Welsh have a lot of reason to be proud to invent, you know, such good archery, because I have a lot of respect for archery. I think it's an art form. Much more than fucking guns. I don't like guns at all. I just don't like them. I mean, I can recognize, of course, there's a lot of skill in using guns, but to me, I find poetry in fucking archery. I think it's brilliant. So by that means alone, because they invented the longbow, which is an extremely fucking useful weapon for the medieval era. Even so for the Napoleonic era, was the Duke of Wellington said after the battle that he wished he had a few longbowmen. That would have made the battle so much easier if he had some longbowmen. Alright, so they got the guys up on the wall. That's fine. Then we'll see. I put them over on this side of the wall here, not to actually make the attack, but to actually just have them over here. Because don't forget, all warfare is deception. A lot of people don't understand that either. So by being able to deceive your enemy, you can then manipulate how they're going to act. And you guys have seen me do this kind of shit. I do it all the time. Like in the tournaments, I fucking try to deceive everyone. Just because I play these games like it's war, because it is war. When you're going up against someone, it's war. You have to deceive them. Like, oh, well. Stop cheesing. Oh, stop being a dishonorable prick. Hey, of the village that I'm protecting, my people are alive, okay, and yours are being burnt and raped and all that kind of stuff. So, I've had a lot of people message me and say stuff like, "Oh, I wouldn't want you to be my general or whatever like that." It's like, yeah, you would. Okay, if you were forced to be in the army, you would want me to be your general over someone who has got honor. Because someone with honor is going to get you fucking killed, okay? And I can guarantee you, getting killed is not fucking fun. And in this world, it's a kill or be killed world. Some people don't realize that. That's okay, I'll just go to heaven. Fucking idiot.
We've captured the enemy's walls.
Alright, well, we can get rid of this one easily enough. I'm just trying to get these guys off the wall.
Our men are winning the battle. If we continue like this, we will smash the enemy. The enemy general flees.
No, so let me go around the other way. That's okay.
Press onward and break the spirit of his army.
Alright, don't die on me, generals. Must have some dread. Okay, they're coming off the wall. Good, because that's what we want. Just stand here. Yeah, you can attack them because they're cut off.
Our men are winning the battle.
It's going to use the archers,
Like
but
this, we will smash
I don't
the
even need to. We don't want them firing at will just yet.
The ladders are now in place. Walls are no match for the valor and force of our arms.
Some people have said stuff like the graphics of Medieval 2 is just crap, but like I look at this and I think, really, it's really not that crap at all. Like, yeah, like it's the resolution is not quite there, but the artistic style of it, it's there. I think it's got a really good artistic style. Like the thing is with like some of the later Total Wars, like it just looks so plasticky in a way. Like these games have got some real grit to them, the other ones don't. Okay, I'm gonna bring the cavalry over here. You guys ready? Let's start with the cavalry on the Hobilars. Alright, maybe the peasants. How about you shoot the general?
Only half the enemy force remains.
Okay, good. Because if you kill the general, they'll never come up here
Our
anyway.
men are winning the battle. If we continue like this, good tidings. The enemy general lies dead. We've sent the base cur to hell.
Just fire whatever you want now. They're just gonna sit there.
Archers, fire at will. This is a clear victory that goes to only men of great virtue and valor. Glory, honor, victory! God be praised. He has granted us victory.
Alright, cool. Yep. So with these guys, I mean they've got one more settlement over here, Cornwall. Oh, hang on. We gotta deal with Shaftesbury. We can't be calling it Shaftesbury, that's not Welsh enough. Alright, let's go with there we go. So now we've got Sidhil Futils Speall. Okay. I think that looks Welsh. Some people have been like, they've sent me that really long Welsh name. You can't actually fit some of the Welsh settlements names in this. There's just not enough space. It doesn't give you enough. Alright, I'm going to split this army into two.
Sire. This is a
Send you over here so that we can see what's what we're going to be up against.
marching, sir.
Alright. So we'll take that castle. Oh, sorry, the fort. I'll give him two of these, because the thing is, they've got to get back afterwards, and war will be over. Then again, I could probably send them over. Oh, I don't know, we'll see. Gwent Raiders, send a couple of these over.
Sire. Joining forces, my lord.
Could just bypass it. it would actually be quicker to bypass it than it would to besiege. Because if we just bypass it, we'll get here. If we besiege, we'll be standing there. So yeah, it'd be quicker to bypass it.
I've tried whipping them, sire, but the men are spent. Ordered with honor, sire.
Yep, come around over
Yes, my liege. We shall continue tomorrow, my liege.
here. Should we do a draw out on them? That way I can sort of come through here. There's another region down here by the looks of it. Surrey and Sussex regions, because that's in London region. Should send these guys to London.
To address
Just be
me
mindful of where
with
they're coming from.
death, knave.
So,
My lord. Ordered.
bring these guys in as well.
As you wish. March to exhaustion, sire. Continuing later.
My lord.
Yes, sire.
Okay, shit.
My lord.
Got the same sort of problem that we have up in York.
Ordered. Yes. Sire. Leaving
So
the
leave
army.
behind the units that we don't want.
Ordered. Yes, sire.
Oh, I actually wanted those.
My lord. Sire.
Fuck. The public order is only just borderline okay.
Ordered.
Generally speaking, 70% won't revolt.
Sire.
Where to, sire? Approaching quietly. Of course, sire. With discretion, sire.
Let's see if we can do a forced draw out on this.
I can't.
Because it's going to be the quickest way to get through. I mean, we could punch through there.
First,
Looks like he's got a lot of cavalry.
lambs, then your lives.
It would be good if we're sitting in this castle
You are
during the end
weaker
turn.
than
The fort, I mean.
And you,
Yes. Laying siege.
So you guys know how forced draw outs work.
False report.
We need to defeat them, but not destroy them.
as you command, my liege.
Ah, you piece of shit.
Honorable by your will, sire, we shall engage. Leaving the rest of the force, sire, as you command, my liege. Muster your courage, men.
Doing it to forts is a lot more difficult because generally speaking, they don't fall back to forts if they're under siege.
My lord, the tide of battle seems to have turned against us. We must act and halt this turn of events.
Alright, let's start reorganizing this firstly. So, archers first. Then skirmishers, and then melee infantry.
The battle seems to be swinging in our favor. From such tidings does victory emerge.
If we can hold this high ground here, that would be really good. And of course, these guys here will just rip through their armor. Okay, it doesn't look like they're coming at us. It looks more like... I don't even know what that looks like. No, it looks like they're coming over here. You guys need to get ready to start shooting, like right now. And you guys will have to come and stand in front of them, because they're going to charge at us. Now remember, we have to let some of them live. So I need to at least capture someone. Shit, I fucking hate skirmish mode.
The enemy general has no honor. Our men are winning the battle. If we continue like this, we will smash the enemy.
Shoot him. Okay, slow down. I would like it if we can kill the majority of the mailed knights. That would really make me happy. What the fuck are you doing? More skirmish mode. So what are we on? 50%. Even if it means them charge. Okay, no,
Our
they
cowardly foe.
ran back. Alright, so what are we up to? 64%. See if you can wipe them out first so they can execute them. Because the armored sergeants are easy. Alright. Now we just need to get 85%-ish. Actually, you know what? The more of them there are, that means the less we have to kill
All
of the
Christendom will be
cavalry
awed
next
by-
time. If the draw out does actually work.
sire.
I just went back to there.
Our forces in the trees, sire. Sire, we're combining forces. Orders.
Right, well I need to leave someone behind here, obviously.
My lord.
Probably best leaving a general.
Command me, sire.
Who's... You got a bit of chivalry. Alright, if I left
Yes.
you behind here, 60%. We'll have to leave behind another unit.
Orders. By your command.
With honor, sire. Assembling a mighty host of your troops, sire. We shall prevail in this siege, sire.
These guys will be able to come out and help. If I'm lucky, they'll actually sally out. Although I somehow doubt it.
First, I will take your lands.
He's not going to get to us
then
because
your
this blocks him.
lives. To address...
My lord.
Okay, can we... No, we can't retrain any units just yet. Alright, so financially how are we going? So we're still making like jack shit cash. We need to take more settlements.
An order.
Okay, we can reduce the tax rates there. Should be alright. Keep the public order under control. Okay, that's looking pretty good. Let's move on. I can't see anything else that needs to be done.
I bring word from Scotland. No,
Fuck off.
no matter. We shall not.
Another
Map for
proposition
map.
for us, eh?
And trade.
This won't be happening now.
Well, I'll be coming to kill you very soon then. Shit, now we're the largest faction. Only took us 7 turns.
First, I will take your lands. Then your lives.
I think we do actually need to kill this
You
cocksucker.
are weaker than I.
Orders. Yes, sire.
The great thing about this... Oh, hang on. Did I take any symbols and forget to... No. Is I can be as racist as I want towards the English, because I'm essentially just paying out my own culture to an extent. How can you pay out the English, though? Fucking master race. I'm just kidding. Let's see. Well, shit, we're at 58 minutes, so we'll probably start wrapping this up in a minute.
Yes. We go no further to...
We don't trust you enough to do business.
I don't trust you at all.
I will only address you in...
What we could do here, just a quick battle, because I know I wasted a lot of time at the beginning of the episode. We'll have a fight here without the general,
You are not my lead.
in the hope that maybe we get ourselves a man of the hour. I don't want to bring all of my guys, just a couple of them, because I don't want them to run away.
The troops are assembled. Prepare for battle.
And maybe, if we're lucky, the guy will have 4 chivalry, which is pretty high for a man of the hour. So we can leave him at this settlement. So what are you up against again? Oh shit, longbowmen. Maybe I should have actually had a look at what we're up against first. Why are you using flaming shot? Let's see if we can just get a little bit closer. I mean, surely the Welsh have the better bowmen. We were in range a second ago. Shit, same range. Alright, we need to get over here. Oh, they're using flaming shot, which isn't anywhere near as good. So you can see the oh, also they don't come in as high numbers. So you can see flaming shot really didn't get many kills. Let's have a look at the stat differences between the longbowmen. Missile attack 6, effective against armor, and yeah, it's the same. But these guys have more of them. But the thing is, these guys aren't using longbows. Oh, no, yeah, they are. It just didn't look like it from here. Okay, now just try bypass this one. Just shoot the armored swordsman. If you want to get closer, that's fine.
The enemy are badly bloodied. They have lost half their men.
See, them being in loose formation at this point is really good for wasting my ammo, but it's not like they're going to win the skirmish. Oh, I've only got this guy left. Alright, doesn't matter, they don't have any missile units. And they'll just sit there and take it like a bitch. And, yeah, they can't win. Why don't we get in real close?
The enemy army flees the field.
Don't let them get away.
Pursue and run them down.
It's fine.
This is a clear victory.
Hey, look at that, lucky me. 3. That's not too bad at all. We might actually be able to, he might be able to govern the settlement. In addition to that, I thought he had lots of management. No, I was mistaken. That's okay. If we came down this way, see, he's not sitting in that fort. I think I'd rather come down to Lincoln first. Alright, so if you stay here,
Leaving the rest orders.
and then I bring him to there.
Yes,
So bring Prince Daffodil over here.
sire. Your Majesty.
Good, it just keeps it under control there.
Yes. Command,
We're taking
sire.
all of this,
Forming up into a force to be feared.
and let's keep moving.
I've tried whipping them.
Sire. Watch it.
Well, it's bound to happen eventually.
Where to, sire? Investigating with discretion.
Alright, well with that we'll end the episode here. So guys, like and subscribe, part 3's next, and don't forget to visit me on Facebook. Yep, see you next time, fuckers.